Hi, so today I figure I'll tell you why DC decided to change their logo back in 2012. Now, during the 70s, DC went through various different logo designs. Here's just a few. And in 1976 they finally settled on this. This is the bullet. Well, it was nicknamed the bullet logo, purely because it's based on the bottom of a bullet. Now this was a really popular logo. They used it in various different colours, and it lasted for 29 odd years until 2005 when they introduced this logo, nicknamed the Spin. This is it. Now this caused an uproar. There was quite a lot of die-hard DC fans went, "How dare you?" You know, they got really angry about it and said, you know, "Our beloved bullet logo, how could you do this?" You know, but over time it settled down, all the hate towards it, and people started to really like it. In fact, some really love it. You know, it was used on the start of their movies such as Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, and obviously their feature-length cartoons and animated films. So it was going well, and it was a good logo. And plus, when it came to the interactive kind of, you know, media and films and such, they could animate it. Now, in 2008, DC Comics decided to take an infringement of copyright suit against DC Clothing out. Here's DC Clothing's logo. Purely because it's got the D and a C and a little star. And they said it's too close to ours, so we're going to get you on infringement of copyright. Because they noticed that DC Clothing hadn't trademarked their logo properly. So naturally, the first thing DC Clothing did was trademark their logo properly. But if you look at it, it doesn't really have that much of a similarity between the two. There's DC Clothing, there's DC Comics, DC Clothing again. I think it looks more like Dolce & Gabbana, you know. So anyway, DC Clothing were quite upset about this. And they got their lawyers to look into DC Comics' Spin logo. And although DC Comics had copyrighted it properly, they hadn't trademarked properly either. So they went, "Well, hang on a minute, if you've done that to us, we're going to do it to you." So they countersued on infringement of copyright, and they won. And yeah, for about 4 odd years, DC Comics had to pay DC Clothing a 6-figure sum every year just to use their own logo. So that's why they changed the logo to the new DC Peel logo. Here's a DC Peel logo. Now this has got a lot of hate. People don't like it at all. But DC Comics are never going to really admit to this. There's loads of information that was online that has just mysteriously disappeared. And the only link that I've found that's still up about this is the one below. So click below and there's another link within that website as well. So they've trademarked their copyright. They've copyrighted and trademarked their new logo properly this time, DC Comics. And they've trademarked it in black and white so they can change the colours, and they've also trademarked it on every form of merchandise known to man and woman, like everything. So yeah, of course DC Comics are always going to argue the point that it wasn't about, you know, it was about rebranding the entire series. It was, you know, sign that we're moving with the times, you know, more interactive, and you know, and it's rubbish. They also claim it was part of the New 52 move. If you don't know what a New 52 is, basically back in 2012, DC Comics decided to start all their comics from #1 again, and it was purely because of the influx and popularity of these new movies. And they knew people were getting interested in comics because of various video games like Batman Arkham Asylum, various films, Batman again, you know. So people had a jumping on point. They didn't have to feel intimidated by issue 754 or whatever. They had a jumping on point, and they could pick any superhero they wanted from issue 1. And you know, DC Comics claim that the new Peel logo was to do with the New 52 range, which is rubbish, because the first issues of the new 52 range carried the old DC Spin logo. It was only up until issue 2 or 3 that they started introducing the DC Peel logo. And when reprints happened of issues, the first issues of certain, of all their comics, they went with the new logo as well. So second and third printings had the new DC Peel logo. So yeah, that's why they changed the logo. It wasn't to do with rebranding, wasn't to do with moving with the times. It was because they tried to sue a little clothing company out of California for copyright infringement, and it bit them in the ass. So yeah, I guess the moral of the story is don't be a greedy bastard, because yeah, it can bite you in the ass. Take care guys, see you later.